Do you know why this man collected souls after he perished? Originating from the Celtic folklore of Brittany and France, the Ankou appears to be a man or skeleton, wearing a black robe and a wide-brimmed hat that conceals its face. He wields a scythe, meant to harvest souls. The Ankou is neither good nor evil. Rather, a guardian of the graveyard and collector of the souls of the recently departed, guiding them into the afterlife. It's said that the Ankou roams the countryside at night, driving a rickety cart pulled by two black horses. If there are several souls for the Ankou to collect, he will be assisted by two skeletons who help hurl them into the cart. What makes the Ankou an especially enthralling figure in the world of myths and legends is the duality of his existence. He is the last soul to perish before the stroke of midnight that year, doomed to stay another year longer against his will on Earth, as guardian of the graveyard and collector of souls, until he hands over his responsibilities to the next soul.
You haven't moved my balls yet. There is something up here. Can you hit that harder? Ah! Holy shit. Okay. Oh God. Holy shit. Holy shit. Loud banging, something kicked that ball. Ah! Holy shit. Okay. Oh God. Ah! Holy shit. Okay. Oh God. Ah! Holy shit. Okay. Oh God. Holy, please tell me that's recording that. Oh my God. Holy shit. That about gave me a freaking heart attack. I was hearing knocking upstairs, so I said, can you hit that harder? You hear a bang, and I swear it sounded like something kicked that freaking ball, like you heard the ball get kicked. I'm hoping my GoPro behind me caught that. I did ask you to do that. Oh my God. I am so afraid to go up there now. The second ball, I'm pretty sure I kicked. I'll have to go back and watch the video. Is that you? You're very creepy sounding. And you guys seen, we had walked past these balls multiple times. Oh. What in the frick? You can see. Are you in the room with the mirror? Okay, so right now I'm going to sit in the bathroom. I've got a camera on those balls. Holy crap. I hope my GoPro caught that.
What'd you see? What'd you see? What'd you see? What are you waving at?
and it felt like something was touching my feet. Something that you can't see is physically touching you.
Alright guys, we got a new ghost story. And this story is about a demon that scurries across the bed at 3 a.m. Don't believe me? Just wait. This story and footage comes from a lady named Marcy. And she lives in rural, I cannot say that. Rural Maryland. She bought a farmhouse on acres of land, no streetlights, just trees and grass. Marcy drives over to the house and steps inside. And she is amazed with its beauty. Except as it became dark, the energy in the house completely shifted. It went from this cute farmhouse to a terrifying and heavy, lonesome place. At night, Marcy would lay down in bed. And as she looked out her door, she could see a green light. This light was from her coffee pot, but she noticed it was disappearing and then reappearing, which it would never do. And that's when she had a realization. Someone is walking back and forth. Terrified, she doesn't move, closes her eyes, and goes to bed. Although at 3 a.m., she shot awake to the feeling of something walking across her legs. She could feel something hovering over her body. And every single night, this would continue to happen. 3 a.m., she wakes up and something is scurrying across the bed. So Marcy's like, I need to get a camera because this could either be from a dream or maybe it's a rat. So she set up a camera at the end of her bed, pressed record, and went to bed as usual. This was a huge mistake because the things Marcy captured would make her move out of that house. Because the thing that she was dealing with is unexplainable. Unless you believe in ghosts. And I'll give you your warning right now because Marcy's footage is not cool. And if you watch it, maybe something will scurry across your bed. No, I'm just kidding. She also caught some EVPs as well, which honestly sound like a demonic child. Marcy moved out, didn't look back, something was in that house, and something was walking across her bed. How bizarre is that?
Creepiest things kids have ever said. In a modern apartment building, a 3-year-old boy began to cry if ever brought onto the elevator. Whenever asked what was wrong, he'd simply say, "It goes under." Slightly alarmed, but brushing it off as their child's simple fear, but since they lived on the 3rd floor, the mother began taking the stairs for her child's comfort. But not long after, news spread throughout the building about the very same elevator malfunctioning and plunging 6 stories deep. A father discovered an old family locket in the attic and decided to gift it to his 3-year-old daughter. Shortly after, the daughter started renaming multiple of her stuffed dolls Adelaide, an antiquated name that no one would have taught her. Then one distressed night, she came crying to her parents' bedside, wishing for the locket to be opened, claiming a lady keeps asking her to. With great caution, the father gently pried open the worn-out locket and discovered within it a vintage black and white photo of a young girl. Although the girl in the photo appeared slightly older, she bore an uncanny resemblance to their daughter, and beneath the image was the label Adelaide. During a snowy vacation, each night a 7-year-old girl claimed hearing haunting wails coming from the woods. Until a particularly chilling evening, while looking outside the cabin window, she whispered, "She's outside looking for her love, but she's burning." A little freaked out but curious, the parents decided to mention their daughter's words to some locals, who, unsurprised, relayed a tragic tale of a bride who decades ago had set herself aflame in grief after her beloved husband perished in war, never to return. Her sorrowful cries were said to haunt snowy nights ever since. From the tender age of 2, a boy would joyfully point to the same spot in the sky every night. As he turned 3, then 4, he'd whisper, "Home," or "That's where I used to live before I came to you, Mommy." The parents were always amused by this nightly ritual, accepting it as a charming quirk of their son's vivid imagination. However, on the night of his 8th birthday, he stared into that same spot in the sky, his expression now blank and detached, whispering, "They were waiting for me, but I'm too old now. This is my home now." The next day, during a family car ride, his parents gently probed him about his star, anticipating another one of his fun stories. To their surprise, he responded with genuine confusion, declaring he had absolutely no recollection of a starry home or even ever of speaking of it. He thought the tales were made up by his parents, chuckling at them, "A star home? You guys are so funny." His parents exchanged uneasy, bewildered glances, both wondering whether their son was lying or had genuinely lost all of his memories of his supposed home in the stars. When a peculiar package addressed to their 6-year-old daughter arrived, the parents discovered a delicate snow globe with a cute miniature village inside. The parents, initially cautious, let their daughter keep it due to how captivated she seemed to be. Their daughter would spend hours peering into it, her eyes tracing the movements of tiny villagers as they went about their lives. At dinner, she'd innocently share, "The little people tell me stories, but they're so sad." Nights were especially chilling when her parents would overhear her whispering reassurances. "I'll try to help, but the man with the big hat says you belong to him." Alarmed, they questioned her, only for her to calmly state, "The old man with the hat? He's the boss. He knows you're watching, and he's not happy about it." Now, very concerned by their daughter's increasing obsession with the globe, the parents decided to secretly hide it away. However, the following morning, they discovered the globe missing from its hiding spot. When they confronted their daughter, she nonchalantly replied with a chilling calm, "I took care of the man with the big hat. Don't worry, Mommy and Daddy. You're safe now." And the globe was never seen again. At an autumn festival's corn maze, a 4-year-old boy led his family confidently through, giggling mischievously with every twist and turn. His steps seemed guided, navigating the dizzying paths as if by memory, the parents following the sound of his laughter around every corner. Once the family made it out of the maze, they then asked their son how he seemed to know the way so easily. He simply replied with a grin and said, "The tall, skinny shadow man showed me. He says he lives here." While staying at a historic hotel, a family often noticed their 5-year-old daughter drawn to a grand piano. Each time they pulled her away, she would look back longingly and whisper, "Do you hear it? It's so pretty." For years, the historic hotel's guests have reported hearing soft piano melodies playing late in the night, but the piano room was always found empty. After hearing this one evening, the parents, intrigued, brought their daughter to the grand piano room and asked their daughter if she could hear any of the music. She responded yes, then pointed to a nearby hanging portrait and said, "The sad man in the picture told me he plays to remember his love." Staff later told them that the portrait was of their long since deceased pianist, who was rumored to still haunt the halls of the historic hotel.